Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Fighter and the Kid. And you know, sometimes I don't have a song, but I'm going to sing whatever comes to my mind right now. And the first thing I want to talk about is I was tweeted something really, really wonderful this morning. Somebody tweeted me the nose of a baby giraffe. And if you listen to the podcast, you know that Brendan loves soft noses. He likes noses on horses. He's even driven an hour to go pet horses on their noses.
Honk, honk.
Honk, honk. He loves puppy noses. Anything soft and squishy, Brendan loves. And the tweet we received, said, here's a nose. It was a little giraffe for all your exotic soft nose needs. For all your exotic soft nose needs, you can go to the zoo and feed a baby giraffe. Feed it carrots, leaves, or meat. I don't know what they fucking eat. I just know that a baby giraffe has got a soft, soft nose. So lure him in. Grab that nose and squeeze it really hard. Treat it like it's a tough, tough titty or just a piece of lard. He's a baby giraffe for all your exotic soft nose needs. A baby giraffe. Feed it carrots, meat, or leaves. Who gives a shit as long as you can squeeze that nose? I went to Bora Bora for the holidays. I think I was gone for 10 days with my family, which is really exhausting. But I met Lindsay Lohan. She invited me on her jet ski. And I said, I'm married, so let's just have ourselves a drink. Freckles and wonderful curves. I'm a married man. Thank you, Lindsay Lohan, for making me feel like a man. Brendan got a haircut. I got 4 texts about it. He got a haircut. I got 4 texts about it, including a picture of his new haircut. And a bronze hammerhead shark in the background. And it said, hashtag rich as fuck. I guess a bronze small hammerhead shark in your house means you're rich as fuck.
It's a good sized shark.
I have a different opinion. Guys, that was a long song.
It was a nice song, though.
It wasn't bad. It was kind of a crooning tone poem.
I liked it,
It was a tone poem.
Giraffes' noses, Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
And hammerhead shark trophies.
Yeah. Hey, first of all, congratulations on your haircut.
Thanks, man.
You couldn't look more Spanish. I mean, you literally are obviously and 100% from the island of Puerto Rico, and that's all right. But there's no question that you are of 100% Latin descent. You are not English and German. This lie has got to stop. The part is interesting. It's an interesting.
Is it too much for you?
It's just interesting that you would choose the part. Apparently, that was a big thing for you.
Big thing.
Yeah.
You know, I've had the same haircut for about, I don't know, 15 years.
Right. Decided to change it up.
Change it up. Grew it out a little bit.
Yeah.
You're not mad at it.
Well,
you're not mad at it at all.
It is there. It's there. It's there. I don't recognize you, but it's there.
I don't recognize you.
No. You look like a big schoolboy. If you're looking for the big schoolboy, if you're looking for the big meaty schoolboy look,
the bully.
If you met the big meaty schoolboy bully look, hey, my big meaty schoolboy friend's coming over. Do you guys mind? He's actually 13, but he's got overactive hormones. His testes produce too much testosterone.
Look like a bully in middle school.
Yeah, you do.
I would 100% take your lunch money.
Well, if I shaved you completely and that you had that haircut, you could actually play. And this is kind of a compliment in a backhanded way. You could play a 14-year-old. You could play a giant 14-year-old.
You think?
With skid marks in his undies. Yes. Because, when you're 14, you don't really wipe properly still. There are a lot of things you don't know how to do. I just thought skid marks when I was 14 were just a natural state of affairs.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, now I make sure I clean my whistle with water.
It never made sense to me, and we can talk about this when we talk about MeUndies, but it never made sense to me to have all white underwear.
No way,
I mean,
man.
a lot of risk involved. Would
There's
you
a lot of
wear
risk.
all white? Where would you wear all white?
100%.
Why would you wear it down there? You're talking pee-pee stains. You're talking shit streaks. This is all
and shit
a risk.
streaks don't come out, if I remember correctly.
Never.
Nah.
Never. It looks like Indy 500 starting line year-round in your undies.
Well, your washing machine is an E. coli blender. Right? That's what happens.
I never understood it. My dad, and he still does, wears straight up white undies. No matter what you do, you have pee-pee stains on the front.
I remember my buddy one time after wrestling, he was cleaning himself. He's kind of a stocky kid, and we were taking a shower in the showers, and I noticed, me and my buddy Kenny noticed, he didn't wash the crack of his rump. He just never went there.
What do you
we
mean?
were like,
well, how do you notice?
because we were across from each other in the. This is in boarding school because I had to go to boarding school. My family was still overseas. 15, 16. And I was watching him, and I was like, we were watching him, and because my buddy Kenny goes, he doesn't wash his ass. And I was like, he has to wash his ass.
Okay, Kenny.
You got to, let's peel it out. And we're watching. Sure enough, he never went there. And we were like, bro, you're dirty still. You got to clean your rump.
Is that it?
That's the story. And he goes, nah, you guys are weird. And he walked away. That's not true. That part of the story is probably not true.
You're just trying to wrap it up.
I'm trying to wrap it up.
I'll save you with a locker room story. I'll save you. We'll just segue into this.
Yeah.
Me and my brother used to go to the YMCA during summer camps, where basically my dad pay, is basically daycare, and it'd just be a bunch of kids, and they would bring you to the yard and drop soccer balls, footballs, baseballs, any ball you can imagine. Just be like, all right, there you go. Have fun, everybody. And then every 2 hours, someone come by with a half a slice of an orange to feed us. All right, everyone. They blow a whistle. Everyone get your orange slices. My brother be like, I don't want this fucking orange. Take this orange. And I'd eat my brother's. We just play sports 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. Then my dad would pick us up. We'd be exhausted. And then we'd have to swim. They'd make you swim 2 times a week, and I hated fucking swimming.
The worst.
I couldn't stand it. It was like Tuesday pool day. Everyone was like, God damn it.
I hated swimming.
I'm in the locker. We're all changing. And, when you're growing up, like my older brother, he would whoop my ass. But anyone that messed with me, my brother would jack him up. You never mess with the Shaw brothers, especially Big Shaw. He's going to jack you up.
Because Jay will go dark.
Jay's going to go full freaking Dexter on your ass. Yeah. He doesn't look like it, but he's Dexter, man. So this is funny. So we're all sitting around, and we're changing our trunks, and everyone's just depressed because they're forcing us to jump in the pool. We'd rather be playing outside football or something. And I'm butt naked, and some kid comes by and thinks it's funny and just goes like this to my dick. Huh? Like slaps the front of my dick, running around.
Huh?
He did it to other kids too. It was like running around.
Nah, man, don't tweak my dick.
For sure, don't slap it like just like how you'd hit someone. Just runs by like it's Gonzo's nose. You just honk, hits it. Huh? I go, what the? Before he could finish the lap touching dicks, Jay Shaw beat the shit out of this kid. Beat the brakes off this kid. He didn't want him
touching his brother's wiener.
Hell no, you can't touch your brother's wiener.
By the way, Evan the Beard, before this podcast, drew a large...
every time!
He drew a large red penis on the board with 2 lines going through it. Meaning no dick talk, and we've already right.
But this is different.
5 minutes into the podcast.
This is different.
This is fine. There's just a line of dick talk.
I know.
There's a certain amount.
When we're talking about fish sucking dick, that's where it gets out of control.
There's an amount of dick talk that you expect when you listen to the show, and that's never gonna change.
That's true.
But maybe just don't do like a 25-minute.
I like that the 26-year-old has to tell like the 47 and the 30-year-old. Like,
how about though? I mean, but it's funny though. I'm in summer camp. Kids run around touching dicks. Got beat up.
Got stopped quick.
Hey, cock gazer, no more. Jay Shop said, Ish don't think so. Beat the brakes on him. Jay got suspended for that. Missed a week of YMCA.
Why'd you beat the kid up? He nicked my brother's. He tweaked my brother's dong.
Meanwhile, Jay's gone.
Way,
Jay's gone for a week, and I'm alone by myself in the yard, like looking around, like where's that cock gazer at?
Do you know what's funny is that as you were telling the story, and you kept showing. You were showing what he did to the end of your wiener
on your nose.
On my nose, and I found it very uncomfortable.
Really?
Yeah.
Honk.
And you were just touching it. I don't like that.
Isn't it weird?
Yeah, and I felt very uncomfortable just now because you did it. You kept doing it to my nose. You did it about 4 times. I don't like it.
got that big old dick nose. Sorry, Evan.
So let's go with Bora Bora. I just want to talk
Bora
about
Bora. First of all, whenever I tell someone, they go, "Where's Bryan?" I go, "Bora Bora." They go, "Dang, he must be rich." I heard it's crazy. First of all, I heard it's crazy expensive to get out there. Heard it's a beast to get out there.
Yeah.
And then, really, you only stay at the Four Seasons when you're there.
Well,
Fill us in, Bryan.
Well, first of all, everybody should know that my daddy took me, and my entire 12 of us. 12. You don't want to know what the bill was.
Well, when you tell me your dad takes you, I wanna bully you. I want to punch you in the stomach
because I'm a little rich kid. I'm a little
Ronald,
it's like a little prince.
It's like and I usually don't associate with rich kids.
And my dad grew up with no money, but me, I'd be in college and I was like, I need money. I'm gonna call my dad's secretary.
# pay Cal my ass. This is why he doesn't get paid.
Hey, bro.
Tell your dad to pay me.
Oh, and I
tell your dad to pay me
I
for
still
security.
haven't gotten paid, and I want to thank.
That's not true.
I haven't gotten paid. What do you mean it's not true?
Well, we have a different arrangement now.
Yeah, I haven't seen a check, bro.
Yeah.
I had to call.
You saw the bronze.
I had to call
Where do you think
Nina.
bronze trophies come from? This podcast pays for
We're
that.
gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that.
Anyways,
awesome
carry on.
Bronze.
Go to Bora Bora. Anyways, you're in Bora Bora. Your daddy paid for it. God damn it.
Well, as a
Carry on.
side note, before I get into Bora Bora, I want to thank Scopa, Italian Roots, and Marco especially for having the decency.
We'll get into this, man.
For having the decency to comp your New Year's bill.
I went ham. Did you see the bill? Mm-hmm. That T-bone steak, best steak in town.
Yeah, it
Go
is.
to Scopa Italian Roots and get the T-bone steak.
Not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be a lot more.
Me too.
I thought your bill was gonna be way higher.
I know, right?
Still expensive.
For a high maintenance broader like yourself.
I know.
Still $143. Don't kid yourself.
For two
Comped
people
it.
though on New Year's.
Yeah, it was good, but comped it, and at the bottom it said pay Callan. So I want to publicly thank Scopa on Washington Boulevard for doing that. That's why we go there.
That's our spot. That's the original Abbott Kinney Fight Club, really, where we hang out.
Well, it certainly is now. We
Yeah,
love
it is. Carry on though. Bora Bora, you spoiled brat.
So Bora Bora, my father's 75 now, and he worked his ass off his whole life, and he wanted to get his whole family together. So he said, I'm going to spend money on a vacation for my family. I'm taking you to Bora Bora. Somebody said it was a great place. All you have to do is go look at the pictures. It's the number 2 honeymoon spot in the world. The thing is that when you go with a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old and your extended family, and you have to get on a plane and it's 8 hours, traveling with a 3-year-old for 8 hours when they want to be sleeping at night.
It's an 8-hour flight from LA to Bora Bora? How's that work?
No, it's an 8-hour flight from LA to a place called Papit. Then you wait in Tahiti, very hot, and you get there about 5 a.m, so your kids are feeling great, and they're running around. My son's licking the floor and lying on the ground. It's great. So you have to hold him the whole time. It's a 45-pound weight on your body the whole time.
Did he shit his pants?
Nope. But he has to poo, and you have to go into whatever bathroom's near, and you have to sit him there and make sure he doesn't touch anything. But they touch everything, and then you wash their hands. It's good stuff. Doesn't matter. The point is, I've got him on my. I like especially when he touches the ground, and of an airport or the bathroom, and then he gets on my shoulders, and his hands are on my mouth, on my face, while I'm sweating. That feels very good. So you get to Papit, and you wait for 3 hours, and then you get on another plane, and you fly about an hour to Bora Bora.
And this is you and your
my
family?
12 family members.
Jeez, it's like Home Alone. But
Yep.
you didn't leave Kevin. And I was Kevin in this role.
Yep, you were. We left you at home. And then you get on a boat and you have to go to the Four Seasons. But let me tell you
I'm not going to Bora Bora.
Let me tell you something.
I'm exhausted.
I will say this. It's probably, I've been a lot of places in my life, been alive a long time. I think it might be, with the exception of the Swiss Alps, it might be the most beautiful place I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen water like that in my life. The entire place is a lagoon. It's a lagoon. And I went scuba diving and swam with turtles and manta rays. I rode a 9-foot lemon shark.
They're harmless, but that's cool.
Yeah, they probably are, but they do bite people sometimes.
Nah.
I'm just one with the ocean is the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, you are.
But that's a long time to be in Bora Bora. But the first day I was there, I hung with Aziz Ansari was there. That was cool to see him. But the first day I'm there, I noticed this girl comes by, and I know her from somewhere.
Were you at the bar?
I'm at the bar.
Of course.
Decompressing, having a coffee, in fact.
You needed a break from the fam, I'm assuming.
I just had to take, it was a long flight.
Yeah.
Everybody needed a break from everybody. I'm alone, and a guy comes up to me and says, hi, I'm sitting with Lindsay Lohan. She'd love you to come over and say hi. Now, I have some mutual friends with Lindsay. So I go over and I was like, what a nice thing for her. And she's a fan. She's like, I love your comedy. You're really funny.
She loves firing the kid, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, she didn't say that. She
No,
just said
100%.
she likes herself some Bryan Callen.
No, she knew you from this
She
show.
knows me from a stand-up. I don't know if you know this, but I had a career before this. But thank you. And you don't factor.
I kind of revived it.
You
though,
did.
didn't I?
Not really.
I'm kind of way more famous now.
Maybe a
little
little bit.
bit.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
Selling out more for sure.
That's for damn sure.
Hashtag pay Callen. Carry on though.
So she has me come over, and we start talking, and I was offered some drinks, and
I gotta stop you.
yeah.
How does she look? And don't sugarcoat it. She's not gonna listen to this.
She's
#1
no,
podcast.
listen. Lindsay she looks good. She had a hat on, sunglasses, and
Hold. I'm gonna have to call you out. Because you text me from Bora Bora and told me what she looked like.
I didn't.
I'm trying to do
I
you
never
solid. Don't
did
make
that.
me throw you under
I
the bus.
never
Don't
did
make
that.
me throw you under
I
the
never
bus.
said anything bad.
I'm going to throw you under the bus.
She
just
smokes
like Rogan
she
style.
smokes and she does have some drinks. So
that's cool.
and it was vacation. So but she look, I couldn't really tell. She had a hat,
Not what I
glasses, and a
heard.
dress on.
Not what I heard.
So I don't know what you heard.
Okay, carry on.
I was offered. She said, "Do you want to come jet skiing?" And I said, "I listen. This is my first day in Bora Bora." I straight up said to her, "I go."
Is it one jet ski, you and her on it, with like you holding her waist?
Well, in my mind, that's what it is.
Me too.
In my mind, that's my fantasy.
Yeah, me too.
But I said to her, "I am married, and my wife is here with my kids. If my wife sees me on a jet ski with you, my first hour in Bora Bora,
It's not gonna be a fun
just
trip.
zipping around the island, yeah." I'm in deep shit. That's where old Bryan Callen doesn't come in anymore.
Live a little.
Live a little is
Live
right.
a little.
She offered me a little shot of scotch. I was like,
Little scotch, little
can't do
Coke,
that right now.
little Coke,
No, Coke.
little Coke, little scotch, little Botox.
No. She didn't have any Botox.
No.
No, she hasn't had any plastic surgery.
No.
She's 28. Why are you laughing? What are you doing? Why are you
carry on,
why
man.
are you such a gossip? You're just a gossip. You know what I can.
You know what?
Your head goes into your shoulders, and you're like.
You know what it's like though? You know what it's like? Because I know the real Bryan. I know the real story when we talk about people. And then when we get on air, it's like an Oprah Winfrey interview. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you ask me about how I'm doing, things are great. I mean, it's just, I woke up this morning, I made coffee, I looked outside, the ocean's there. I mean, things are great. Oh no, career-wise, fantastic. I'm doing great, Bryan. Real Brendan. Not great, my man. Not great. Went to the doctor this morning because I can't sleep because my neck's fucked up from my fight. Can't train.
Right.
Super depressed. All right. I keep getting tattoos.
Gotta get a tattoo and a new haircut.
That's what people would rather hear. They don't want to hear this cookie cutter. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I just hate
But carry on about Lindsay and flying through the island, and she looked great, and she doesn't have an alcohol or drug problem, and her career's doing just fine.
Well, she lives in London now.
Yeah, with some sugar daddy.
Hey, man, I don't know. I didn't meet the guy.
I watch E. Look, all right?
Man,
I watch E.
I don't know about
I'm like
E.
TMZ, motherfucker. I'm like TMZ. I know what's going. You don't think I knew Lindsay was in Bora Bora before you did?
But I will say this about her. I said to her, she's doing a play, I think another play, and I couldn't help but be dad. And I went into a lecture.
Did you give her a little advice?
I did. I said, you got to stop smoking, stop drinking, and start taking your career more seriously because you got something special.
She went, oh, cool. Here's 100. Get on my face.
Right. Well, I mean that part I'll say.
Real quick,
where
I would have
the
geeked
idiot
out.
Brian- yeah.
Parent Trap? Can we talk about Parent Trap?
Legit star.
star. And she was a real cutie before she got all dehydrated and started doing drugs and shit. But she was a super cutie.
I didn't see her doing any drugs.
I didn't say.
But I will say that it's kind of inappropriate that I know her for like an hour, and I do this with everybody. I have to be like, let me tell you what I think you should do.
That's
with
why
your
people
life.
love you, though. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not doing it out of a place of like.
No.
You're not doing it as a super fan.
No.
Like, oh, I wish you'd get better.
No, because I like her.
Me too. I like her too.
I like her as a person.
She used to live in Venice.
Yeah, she's good people. She's good. She's good.
Anyone who lives in Venice is A-okay with us.
Yep.
So you didn't go on a trip with Lindsay. You had to turn it down. Was she like, damn, man?
No, I mean, every girl's going to be attracted to the kid.
It's true.
I mean, look at
fresh
my charisma,
off the plane,
making the table
smelling
laugh.
every bit of fucking shit.
Yeah, but cracking the table up.
Yeah, it's
cracking
true.
them up with the gray in my beard.
I know. I've
Where's this
seen
kid
you
come
do
from?
it before.
Yeah, I can turn it on.
It's true.
I mean, if you want me to turn it on, I'll turn it on. Even in Bora Bora, after traveling for 20 hours.
Bags under your eyes.
Yeah, my back
hair
hurts.
looks all shitty.
Sure. Somehow.
V-neck's a U-neck, all worn out.
Oh,
wrinkly jeans.
not that much of a tan, do I?
You got a little bit of tan. I'm not mad at your tan at all.
All right. So that's my Bora Bora story that I feel fell flat on its face, and I'm a little bored with it.
It was too long though.
A little too long.
The
trip?
The trip was too long.
Look, man.
I like the Lindsay Lohan story.
Here's the point. Here's the point of that I'm making about Bora Bora. I'm in one of the most beautiful places in the world. I got a great family, my whole extended family. But let me tell you something. If you're not doing, if I'm the kind of guy where I cannot sit on the beach, I can't drink, I can't just hang out. If I'm not laughing or learning or getting better at something, get me out of there. I'm good for 3 days, and then I start to go crazy.
Me too.
I start to go crazy.
3 days, I start freaking out.
Freaking out.
I need my boys.
What was also interesting is I go scuba diving, and I'm feeding these incredible fish. The guy brought a banana down with him. A banana. They'll eat coral fish will eat the shit out of a banana. Weird, right? I'm peeling a banana, feeding it. Every fish you can imagine. After a while.
It's cool for about 20 minutes.
Right.
After 20 minutes, like, all right.
Hey.
Unless a great white comes out and spices this thing up.
Here's the thing.
It's getting old.
Here's what's crazy. It goes back to your zoo story. So then I see I see a sea turtle. I swim with that for a while. That's pretty cool.
Sure.
Eating coral. It's a sea turtle.
Yeah.
Then I look up and like a spaceship, a giant manta ray comes over my head.
Fantastic.
That's amazing.
Great.
But then I'm like, all right, and the manta ray comes back. And I'm like, there it is again.
Beat it, man, right?
Hey, manta ray, seen ya. Hey, for sure get a better personality.
Hey, lingering Larry Manta Ray, beat it.
Oh, look how he flies. Looks like he's gliding. Awesome. Thank you, God, for creating all the creatures on the earth. There's that sea turtle again. He's a bore. Okay? So now I'm like, do. Oh, let's feed more fish over here. There's a clam. It is beautiful.
Why do you think this is? Do you think one, you and I have ADD where it's just like we need here's entertainment all the time, or I'm just a guy where I'm like, all right, what's next?
I think what it is that I need the juice. Like, so here's what got my attention. I see this piece of coral with fins. I'm like, what's that? And the dive instructor writes down on a tablet. He writes down, that's a stonefish, very poisonous. Don't touch. And I was like, I know about stonefish. They can wallop you with neurotoxin, which is the same kind of toxin that a cobra has. You will die.
I'm going to go ahead and poke that thing, get them all riled up.
Well, he started kind of touching it with his tablet just to get it moving a little bit. Let's just get the poisonous fish moving. You do not.
Horrible idea, instructor.
Bro, people step on those things. They look exactly like a rock. And he said, you're going to be in pain for 15 days. You'll go to the hospital. They got to help you out because you can die. And then, by the way, you'll be in pain. Your foot will be in pain for 15 days. And you know what they do? The first thing they do? Put your foot in water that's barely below because the heat will kill the neurotoxin.
I'm not doing that.
Keep it.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Keep it. Watch out for stonefish. By the way.
I would have yelled out, wild card, cut myself so sharks come, and I would have poked that stonefish. Mix this thing up.
I swam.
I get super bored.
Swam with sharks. How about this?
Yeah, don't tell me you swim with sharks. It's a lemon shark.
Well, no, it's a lot of black tips all surrounding me, little ones, and then the 9-foot lemon sharks. The guy comes down and he goes, grab the fin. I grab the fin. It kind of takes me for a little while. My ears start to hurt. Nope. Again, awesome. But 20 minutes in, I'm like, I'm gonna get out of the water now because I've done it. Because I've done it.
I'll check it off.
And now I'm looking for something to eat.
Bro, that's like when I was in Hawaii. We were zip lining. It takes an hour to drive up there. You're above, the island, hanging from the trees. I went on one. I was like, well, that was cool.
Beautiful.
We go again. We're zipline for an hour. An hour. By the second one, I was like,
I think I know what it is.
I mean, I've seen it, man.
I think I know what it is.
I just want to do it once and then send me home.
But I think I know why I and you, people, like some people don't get as excited. And this is why. I don't think, first of all, when you do stand-up and you have, I don't know, let's say 700 people who are laughing at you for an hour and you've written it and you've done it. That rush, that feeling of accomplishment, that high you get, when you step into a cage after training that hard and you have to fight a monster across from you and all the stuff that it takes to get there. I think you've been in the UFC 13 times. I don't know how in the world anything can compare with the rush and the juice and just the experience, the feeling of being so alive in that space is never matched by anything you can do outside of it. I think that might be it. And what I think at the end of the day, I guess it's what happens when you're where you're supposed to be. I can't imagine not being a comic. I do.
Because are you going to get the same feeling? Let's say, take stand-up out of it. Let's say you star in a movie. You're a main feature next to Robert De Niro, and the movie comes out and you watch the movie. Don't you think you're going to get the same kind of high?
Well, acting doesn't do the same thing to me that stand-up does. It's just really hard
bad
because
example, because it's cut, stop, cut, stop.
Yeah.
You don't get gratification right away.
Well, when you fight and you win, and you're up on top of that cage, even when you fight and you have to, even before you fight and you have to contend with whatever's across from you. Yeah, I mean, this last fight you said you were tired or whatever, but there's still a feeling of being alive, a feeling that you probably can't match with anything else. Would you say? I mean, what do you think it is? What do you think it is that causes you? Because I know you love fighting. Mm-hmm. Like, there's a part of you that hates it. There's a part of you that loves it.
For sure.
So what do you think that is?
I don't know. Someone said to me, do you think you could get the same pleasure from doing something else? Like someone said, let's say you did Fire and the Kid live shows and it was sold out arenas.
Yeah.
Like Joe Rogan style when he does stand up. Let's say it was sold out arenas.
We'd be pretty happy. So
you know what I'm saying? Like, I would get done with that. I think I'd be pretty happy. I'm not saying it's the equivalent to winning a fight. Man, it's gonna be pretty. Like, when this show does well, or I can tell when we rap, I can tell if this show's gonna do well. Right? I can every time. We've done enough shows now. I can tell whether fans are gonna like it or not. Yeah. Every single time.
Yeah.
And when the show does well, I mean, man, I have a rush of endorphins, or I'll be happy for the rest of the day. It will set the tone of my week. When this does bad, it drives me nuts.
What you're talking about is performance, and what you're addicted to, and what I'm addicted to is performing. Like I think that's what it comes down to.
I agree, because the UFC is a performance.
Yes,
the UFC
very
at
much.
the end of the day is a performance. You think they signed CM Punk because he's a good boxer or he has really good jiu-jitsu? No, not at all. They signed CM Punk because it's entertainment. Yep. It's a performance. Yep. That's the only reason he's there.
All eyes on you. All eyes on you.
Yeah, it's a performance. Uh-huh. And since I was a kid, I always loved to perform. You name it. I would dance. You name it. Whatever.
Well,
jokes.
That's what Rogan and I
do better when people are watching. Like, if I know if at practice, if there's going to be cameras there, I perform way better. I like to perform.
Rogan and I were talking about how you're one of the few guys. What makes you such a good podcaster and what makes you so funny is the fact that you are a natural born performer. Like, you're a great storyteller. I've been with comics who do it for a living, and you've told stories, and when you walked away one time, they were like, "That guy's a great storyteller." That is a performance gene, and I think when you're a performer, and this is not a knock on. Look, man, hey. Anybody who can't afford Bora Bora, and that's most people. I didn't pay for this. Don't feel like the luckiest person in the world. I'm not dissing.
No, you're not taking it for granted. We're just saying from a personal experience.
Yeah.
I'm the exact same way, man.
Yeah.
There's certain times where I'm like, I should be, and multiple people who are very close to me said your New Year's resolution should be you should enjoy life more. Because unless it's performance driven or unless it's about work, it's tough for me to relax.
I'm right with you. And
Like during the week when I text you and Evan nonstop, it's because I'm doing stuff for this and it's driving me nuts because it's not getting done.
You just said it. You just said you just encapsulated everything I've been trying to say. If it's not performance driven and it's not about work where I'm driving toward that performance.
I know, I don't care.
Man, it's hard for me to feel alive. And that affects. Let's be real. You want me to talk real now? This is
I would love it.
That's what affects everything in my life, including my family life.
Yep.
It's my wife and my children have a problem with it. I had long talks with my dad about it, with my sister. I have a problem. That's what happens when you're a performer and you're in many ways your first love is performance.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Yeah.
No, because you know what? But the thing is,
real,
if you're not doing well in stand-up and podcasting and you're not reaping that gratification right away,
yep,
your family life's not going to be good. Oh, after a fight or if I have a bad day of training or we do a bad podcast or the podcast gets messed up somehow or sales aren't good, no, it affects it. I'm not friendly to be around to my girlfriend, to my brother,
Try
to
being
my
around
dad.
me. Try being around
Not
me in
good,
my
man.
30s. Try being around me in my 30s when everybody's telling me I was going to be a big star. Try being around me in my 30s when it wasn't happening, where I was coming really close to jobs or I was just doing episodics before I started doing stand-up on this level. Try being around me then. When you wake up and you're 35 and you don't have a job, you're out of work. You're out of work, okay? And you're stressed about everything. Try doing that. And that kind of is what drove me. That's why I'm so loyal to stand-up. Stand-up never abandoned me. It was always there. Live performance was always there. I could always go and make money. You go into a room and you're trying to audition. You just had a big job. You think anybody cares? What can you do for me now? It's exactly like a sporting event. Yeah, you might have won. What's your record? Doesn't matter. You just got knocked out. That's what we care. That's what we care about, and that's what I care about. So that navigating and dealing with that, and one of the things that really, when we're going to get to the Cormier Jones fight,
We'll get to it.
but one of the things that I watched the press conference, I watched the post-fight press conference, and Daniel Cormier said something toward the end that really moved me. And by anybody's standard metric measuring stick, this guy is a great success. Daniel Cormier is a great success. And Daniel Cormier said after the fight, he said, I set my goal. I wanted to be a champion. This is what I've been trying to do. Tried it in the Olympics, tried it in UFC. He goes, and for whatever reason, it hasn't happened. It didn't happen. And then he got really emotional. He said, I'll be across from that man again. And I guess for me, you look at your life sometimes and you had plans and you had an idea of where you wanted to be versus where you are. Now, I've been successful. And I'm happy at where I'm at.
You're still successful.
I'm still successful. I'm about to go shoot the Goldbergs. I'm about to shoot Kingdom. It's all good. But, and I look at Daniel Cormier and I go, what are you talking about? One of the toughest men on the planet. You were a 2-time Olympian. Daniel Cormier wanted to win a gold medal in the Olympics. Daniel Cormier wants that belt around his waist.
You don't get to a high caliber in anything, wrestling, UFC, whatever it is you decide to do. No one says, man, I want to get to the UFC and I want to be ranked in the top 15. Huh? Or I want to get to the UFC and I just want to be on main cards. Every fight I've ever had in the UFC has been televised. Most people can't say that. Every single fight I've ever had has been televised, whether it was on Fuel, when they first signed with Fuel, on Ultimate Fighter. I've been on all main cards.
Yep.
It's always been televised. No one says, oh, when I get to UFC, I just want to make to the main event. No one ever says that.
That's
You have the wrong mind frame if your goal is not to be champion. You should get out. If your goal is just to be a guy in the UFC and be famous, you need to get out.
Yeah.
Same with Daniel Cormier. He didn't get into wrestling and say, well, I just want to make it to the Olympics. No, man, you want to win gold. That's the only reason that's what you pursue. And me and DC text back and forth last night. I told DC, and I'll tell you guys this, hopefully he doesn't mind me sharing this. I told DC this. I said, I just want you to know how proud everyone is of you. You're a guy, you're one of the good guys. This is what I told him. I said, you're one of the good guys in the sport. In the world of professional sports, you're one of the good guys. You're one of the guys, when I have kids, I can say, be like DC. You can't say that for 90% of the athletes out there.
Yeah.
You can say, be like Daniel Cormier, because one, he's not the most athletic guy. It's not a size thing. He uses technique and he uses a work ethic.
And his brain.
and his brain, and he's not on PEDs. We know this for a fact. He's one of the, and I told him, you're one of the good guys. You can't say that for most of the guys. You need to hang your head on that, and you're going to do great things. You're going to do whatever you want to do. You're a smart guy. Whatever you decide to do, I'm always in your corner.
Yep.
But I want you to know you're one of the good guys, and that's rare in this sport.
Well, and I felt the same way when I was watching him, and I watched him kind of start to break down. I to me, like, I think you don't get. I'm trying to like frame this the right way, but I'm so impressed with him as a human being. Like, I just think that you don't get to become more of a man, more of a complete man to me. And mainly it's because he's reaching so hard. And even the grace he showed in defeat and leaving it all out there and doing everything he could.
We'll get to we'll talk more about it in Fight Talk.
Yeah.
Let's go through some other stuff. The thing that I don't approve of is whoever showed DC emotional with Cain after the fight. I think that's bullshit. I don't think they should. The Vine, whether UFC on Fox or UFC released it. Yeah, it shows him crying in the back, hugging Cain like that. We don't need to see that.
That's a personal thing.
He didn't ask to have that filmed.
Yeah, that'd have to be the UFC. We don't have access to
yeah,
that.
It's the UFC. It's a Vine that they put.
Hey, you know what, though?
That shouldn't be shown.
No doubt, Brendan. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think all of us who try, all of us who try hard at something, just know out there, man. I get these emails from young men, especially, who say, I'm afraid. You're always afraid, man, and you're gonna fail more than you succeed. It's the way it is. Look at Daniel Cormier, one of the greatest fighters, period, on the planet, and he's crying because in his mind he just didn't get the job.
Here's the thing: if you're not afraid, your goals aren't big enough. If you're not afraid, your goals are not big enough.
That's a great statement.
I'm terrified. You don't. When we decided to do this podcast, I was kind of embarrassed to do it.
Yep.
I really was. I was like, God, what are people going to think? I'm afraid. You know what I'm saying? Some things I say on this podcast, heck yeah, I'm afraid it's going to get out.
Yep.
You just got to go with it, man. Fighting, I'm afraid of everything.
Well, because you're naked, right? I mean, you're literally fighting. You're actually physically naked, but I mean.
Podcast, if you're doing it right, people ask, and it was one of the fan questions I was going into now. People ask all the time, what do I do to have a successful podcast? What do I do to make it a good podcast? You have to, like I was telling you can't just say bullshit. Literally, if you have an opinion, share it.
You got to be honest, man.
You have to be honest. Don't give us these cookie cutter bullshit.
Yeah, I didn't even
answers.
expect to be honest about the fact that my struggle is with my family and just
we're the same. That's why you and I are such good friends.
Yeah.
We're the exact same.
Yeah.
It's very rare people get that.
Yeah.
Like I'll be at lunch with my girlfriend. She'll be like, "What's your deal?"
It's hard on people who love you.
And I'm like, today we have these new Fire and the Kid hoodies coming out. It says Fire and Kid Worldwide. The design, I designed all this stuff. It was supposed to be done last week, and because it's not, it drives me fucking nuts. He messed up on the front logo on it, and it just drives. And it's what I think about. It's all I think about until it's done correctly. It's all I think about. Yeah. But if you're not obsessed with your work, you're in the wrong business. That's how I know our podcast it's going to do well. Yeah. I'm obsessed. With
but I do.
And if you're not,
I do also good. Though I do think, and I do envy sometimes. Like, there are people that work for a living and they do a great job at whatever they do, and they're very happy because they have great relationships with their family and they come home and that's what they live for. I'm just saying that I realize that somebody like me is very difficult to live with and difficult on the people that love me.
Because you're used to getting critiqued all the time, though.
Probably.
So am I. Everything I do is critiqued. Everything.
Well,
every fight I've ever been.
Also, I have to solve those problems alone. I don't have a business. Like, it's up to me to come up with the ideas and keep making money off my man.
Yeah. You and me both.
Yeah.
Especially fighting, especially this camp I'm in LA. But it's up to me. But then we also, you have to ultimately come to terms with the fact that you've got to be able to manage that and be responsible to the relationships you're in. I mean, it's all a struggle, man. Good luck.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Brian's going to be divorced, so I'm going to be single as fuck living on the street when this podcast is bigger than Joe Rogan.
I'm definitely not going to be divorced.
No, I'm just saying, that's an example. It's like the Navy SEALs. 95% of Navy SEALs are divorced. 95% of them. Why do you think that is?
Well, they're gone all the time.
They're gone all the time, and when they come back, they're obsessed. And we'll talk about movies. I've seen every single movie lately. Yeah. Every single movie. I got a friend who's in Hollywood, gave me all the movies early, whatever. People can complain. I've seen The Interview. I've seen American Sniper, Gone Girl, Dumb and Dumber 2, Foxcatcher.
We're gonna do a whole.
We're gonna do a whole breakdown
review.
on it.
Yeah.
In American Sniper, he comes back and he's just thinking about the war. Like his girl, and I'm not comparing myself to war. Not even close.
Or a Navy SEAL. I know
Nothing. I'm just saying.
I would compare you to a Navy SEAL. You're a pro fighter in the octagon. So,
However, so he gets back from one of his tours and he's driving. His wife's like, "What's your?" And this is obviously my issues are on a small scale, but she goes to him, "What is your deal? Like how?" We're going to the mall, and he goes, "Yeah, we're going to the mall, and there's guys out there fighting, doing stuff, and that's all he's thinking about. He's just thinking about work nonstop."
Yeah.
She's like, "You've changed.
well, of course,
If you care
changed.
enough about something, you're gonna be obsessed with it. Just like he was obsessed with defending America and killing people. Obviously, a little different. We're obsessed with our jobs.
Yeah,
so my focus isn't always on my personal relationships.
That's not an excuse for me, though, when I have 2 kids. So what I'm trying to say and what I'm navigating is the fact that I don't care what my issue is with performance. I have 2 children and a wife that I have to be responsible.
That's what
to.
nannies are
So
for, my
it
man.
does know. I got to raise my kids. So I don't want my kids
Spanish
saying,
nanny.
no way. I don't want my kids saying, hey, my dad was too busy or he was too self-involved to really put time into me. So I'm just saying that I guess I'm just saying
a little
that
late for that, my man.
I'm just saying that you've got to figure out a way to navigate and do all of it. Anyway, we're talking too much about
good
this.
luck. Good
You're
luck.
a pessimist, bro.
No, I'm not.
Hey, I need some support, man.
I'm real.
I
No,
need support.
I'm with you.
Give me some support.
This is my biggest issue. I can't relax and have fun at anything
me neither.
unless it's job related. Unless you're talking about firing the kid or the UFC, I can't help you.
I can't
help you.
I can't relax. I can't have a good time.
Nope.
I know.
Unless it's
And
me,
here-
Bryan, and Scopa.
And let's keep going with real talk. You want to hear what was really fun about vacation back in the day? When I was single looking for tail on the beach.
Yeah.
You take that out of the equation and now I'm
Nope.
super bored.
You're going to the beach just to swim.
God, and I don't drink, so I'd see these dudes there.
Having fun.
No, they were like with their whole family, and you'd see these guys. I don't drink. You'd see guys just getting hammered, just drinking with a gut. They'd given up.
Makes sense because they're giving up and they're just numbing they're just numbing where they're at. They could be in
Not me.
Florida or Bora Bora.
Not me playing
Numb.
volleyball. I was working out and doing leg shit. It was great.
I'll tell you want to see someone who's broken? You want to see a bunch of dudes who are broke and gave up? Go to IKEA on the weekend. Go to IKEA. Go to IKEA. Go to the shipping receiving. Go to IKEA.
What, you watched the man
I
there?
went back there. I looked. So I'm not making it up. There was a dude laying there just zombied out. 6 dudes not talking to each other, not on their cell phones. Zombied out.
Because their wife,
staring at the ceiling.
Their wife sent them to get the kitchen.
They're waiting for their couch that comes in 9,000 parts to come out, and that's their obstacle
Good
this
luck putting that
weekend.
together.
Good luck. Good luck, man.
This dude-
Go to IKEA and you're gonna see guys who used to be lions that are caged now and tamed, just giving up. I looked around and went, "Oh my God, get me out of here! See ya. You don't want the couch? Fuck no. I'm out of here."
There is something about the everyday, mundane things you have to do to keep things together that can wear you down. Let's get into some fight talk. Fight talk.
Fight talk. Fight talk. Fight talk.
It's fight talk.
Give me the AC/DC voice. Fight talk.
Fight talk. Fight talk. It's fight talk. Yeah.
Kind
All
of.
Well, Donald Cerrone.
Can I sum up? Was it UFC 182 in one word? Boring. If we're being real. I'm in the sport. We watched it together over our friend Jim Brown's house.
Yep.
She had a bunch of people over. I watched the fights like this.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I was
Just like this. Cerrone, I love. He came to fight like he always does.
He came
Miles
to
Jury
fight.
did
How
it.
about them soccer
Our
kicks?
boy Nate Marquardt.
Yep.
Not the best performance. The rest of the card was whatever. And then John DC, I told you it was going to go decision. I didn't think it was going to go that way, but it wasn't as exciting as we thought. And that happens. It's no one's fault.
Yeah.
That happens. Believe me, I've had boring ass fights. Things happen.
Yep. Well, I loved watching Nate fight. I thought he did a good job, but he was just dealing with a monster. Donald was those soccer kicks were. I think he was just mad at jury for kind of
he said for running. Like he came
Like
to
he
fight.
wasn't-
He
yeah.
said he was going to bring him a fight. He didn't.
Yeah, and he was, but also my jury is a guy who it doesn't have. You look at him and you don't think, wow, he looks like he's not a Hector Lombard. He's got a high IQ. He's a high IQ fighter.
Smart dude.
He's a very smart guy about the way he fights.
If you notice, jiu-jitsu guys usually have a higher. This is my theory. Jiu-jitsu guys have a higher fight IQ than a lot of guys because jiu-jitsu is such a cerebral sport.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a high-level jiu-jitsu guy.
Yeah.
They're very calculated when they
For
fight.
a guy built like Mike Jury Miles Jury to do as well as he has means he's a very smart.
He's a
athlete.
killer. He's a killer, man. Just Donald Cerrone's a horrible matchup for him. I thought Donald looked good.
Cerrone's
Cerrone's
at
a
a five. Has he got a 5-streak win?
5-win streak.
6.
Six.
That was
Six.
That was 6.
Come
That was
on!
six.
I just
They
text
didn't
him.
give
I go, give this guy a title shot, man.
They're not though.
Khabib wants it. Khabib tweeted him over the weekend, like, let's do
I don't
it.
like
Let's line
that.
it up,
man.
number one
I don't like
contender.
that. I don't like
You don't
that
like
for
For
Donald.
Donald?
I don't like
I don't
that.
either.
I don't like
I don't
that.
like anyone.
Why
for
don't
Khabib.
you like it for Donald?
Because I think Donald and oh man, welcome to professional sports. Donald's won 6 in a row. He should have a title shot. However, Dos Anjos is fighting Anthony Pettis in Dallas in March.
Yeah, I think it's March. It's UFC 185.
185 is headlined by Pettis versus Dos Anjos. That's in March. Cowboy's not going to wait for the winner of that. He was in the UFC office today asking for a fight.
Yeah, he wants on the Colorado card,
He's amazing.
which is in like 3 weeks.
He's
Yeah,
amazing.
he wants to fight on the
wants
Colorado
to fight
card.
all the time.
But all right, so fight on the Colorado card, fight whoever. But I just don't like. And Donald's a very close friend and one of the best fighters in the world. I don't like Khabib.
Khabib.
I don't like Khabib versus anyone. Avoid him to get you your title shot. Pull a Conor McGregor. Avoid the wrestlers and whatever the monsters. Just go for stand-up guys right now. I'm not saying that to Donald, but I'm saying let's look for something else so you beat someone and then get a title shot. But it shouldn't go through Khabib.
You mean you're talking about from a calculated set?
Yes, I'm talking from a business standpoint. I'm talking, and
yeah,
that's how you make money. I'm talking from a business standpoint.
100%.
Avoid Khabib. And Khabib's been out for a while, so a lot of the fans, like general public, don't know who he is. And you're gonna fight him? He's been out for a while now.
Yeah, it's not
bad idea,
doesn't do
man.
anything for you.
Nothing.
You got a lot to lose.
And he's a monster. You have too much to lose.
Yeah.
Get a good matchup. So maybe fight in February. Anthony Pettis fights in March. Then you fight the winner of that. There you go. Title shot. Title shots are too hard to come by, man. Don't let Khabib ruin this for you.
No rest for the champion. God, when you're a champion in the sport, there's just
What I tell you with
God,
John. What I
it's
tell you
so
with John.
funny.
I leaned over at Bryan.
so funny.
I leaned
People,
over at
right
Bryan.
after like round 2, I think.
After round 2, they're just going out. I look over at Bryan and go, you want to be a fighter, huh? Let's say Jon Jones gets through this and it's just a dogfight. Gustafson's just waiting for you. Oh, hey, great fight against DC. Here's Alexander waiting for you.
In
Your
4
toughest
months.
fight ever in 4 months. Here's Alexander. That's what's next for you.
Yeah, here's the 6'5"
I mean, granted, he has to get
giant.
through Anthony Rumble Johnson. That's going to be a tough fight. But if he does, here's the giant, the Swedish giant who gave you the toughest fight of your career. Yeah, that's the rematch next.
Good God.
Here you go, man.
Well, Jon Jones in the press conference said something I thought was awesome. He said, "Look, man, my job is to fight big, tough, scary guys." And he said, Daniel Cormier came to fight. I got a fat lip, I got a black eye, or I got a messed up eye. And he said,
He didn't look like you had touched.
I know. And he said, but for me, I look at it as I kind of go, I'm already dead. So
Really?
Yeah, he goes,
you said this in the press
yeah,
conference?
he goes, I'm already dead, so may as well go out there and have fun. Because apparently before the fight, he went out to the crowd because he couldn't get his energy up, and he wanted some coffee. He's like, I don't know what's going on, man. I have no energy. It's the same situation you had. So
I wonder what that is.
He walked out to the crowd, probably nerves. He walked out to the crowd, and he started signing autographs.
And
he
woke
just
him up?
Yeah, he just got energy from the crowd, man. He was
Damn.
like, yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah, because he just was like, this is not good. This is not good. I'm cold.
That's
I
how
don't
I
have any
was.
energy. He didn't want to mess with the system. His coach said, I'll get you some coffee. He goes, I don't want to mess with my system.
Because does he drink coffee? But the thing is what's your regular routine? Do you drink coffee? Because I do. I drink coffee before every practice.
Yeah.
So I didn't have it. And if he doesn't drink coffee, then yeah, I agree with him. Probably not smart. He made the right decision. Obviously, he looked like a monster. He's the best of all time.
Well,
There's no one better.
You said if he beats Daniel Cormier.
So if he beats DC and he destroyed him, he's the best to ever step
Why?
on the
Because he
octagon.
picked him up by the hips and took him down like a.
Beat him at his own game.
Unbelievable.
And then in the 4th round when he pats on his head, I mean, he's doing.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
He's doing stuff that you're not supposed to do. He's the best of all. He's the best we got. He's the best we got. Oh, and it's when they were asking him, would you fight at heavyweight? And he goes, I'll fight Cain right now. I think he beats Cain. I got to be honest. I think he beats Cain.
Well,
I think he could have troubles with a guy like Dos Santos, who hits a little harder and it's hard to take down. If he's going to sit there and strike with Dos Santos, just because Dos Santos is such a heavy hitter. As far as matchup and skill wise, I like his chances against Cain.
How about Verdum? Verdum called him out.
I think he destroys Verdum.
Really?
What's Verdum? I don't see Verdum because Verdum's not a power puncher, so he's not going to knock him out. Not going to take him down.
I agree with you.
He destroys.
I agree with you. How about Travis Brown?
See, they've trained together.
They have?
Right? Yeah, they used to be training partners.
Oh boy.
The thing about Travis Brown is he's a little more explosive and he's taller. He's longer.
He is. He's 6.
So I think
Travis
Travis Brown gives him one hell of a fight. But as far as Cain goes, I like DC's I like Jon Jones' style.
Now, riddle me this. John's thing has always been beating guys at their own game.
Yeah.
Back to Verdum. Do you think he'd pull a Fedor and jump into his guard and possibly end up getting on the wrong side of a triangle on an armbar? Because he'd be willing to jump into that, don't you think?
I think he'll take him down and sit there and throw elbows. He might submit him. Look what he did to Vitor Belfort, who's a black belt. Look what he did to Machida, who's a black belt.
Yeah.
Granted, Verdum's a different black belt. You're talking about the 1% of 1%ers.
He's also much bigger. He's also 260.
No, he's not 260.
Verdum?
No, I work with him. He's 240. But yeah, 260, Brian. We'll just go with your bullshit.
Now, Cain walks at about 240 as well, so they'd have to fight at a catch weight. Would you think they fight at a natural weight or catch weight?
I think natural weight. Jon Jones probably walks around at 230 in the offseason. I bet Jon Jones would come to that fight about 225. So it's not much of a difference. He's way bigger.
Wouldn't it be better for Jon to say, let's fight at 220 so he makes Cain suck some weight?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and do that. Or I bet you Jon's such a badass, so just say, no, just show up how you want to. I think Jon beats him.
Well, but this is worth talking about because Cain is bigger than DC. And remember something. We've never seen Cain let up on a pace. He put his head in Jon's.
He got tired in the JDS fights. Okay,
but he's still.
And you got to remember, JDS wasn't like giving him much of a challenge either. He got tired.
He's so relentless. He doesn't beat Jon.
Nope.
Cain Velasquez doesn't beat Jon.
I think Jon beats him just like he did DC.
Really?
Because DC and Cain go at it in practice.
Yeah.
We're talking about practice. You're talking about practice.
We're talking about
practice. However,
do you have the inside scoop on how Cain and DC do against each other?
I know they have wars, and I know and from what I hear, DC does well. And we're talking about practice, though.
Well, DC does well against everybody, but
anyone. But I'm just saying. When I saw that, I'm like, I think Jon beats Cain.
Cain's a little longer, a little taller. I think his arms are a little longer. His reach. What can you look at what Cain's reach is?
Jon's reach is better. Is
way more.
Jon's reach is ridiculous.
Jon's reach is
that's not a good point.
I just think Cain's a different fighter. He's just.
How's Cain beat him?
I think Cain beats him
because DC's a better wrestler than Cain.
I think what Cain does is he does exactly what DC did in the second round and keeps doing that. And I think the difference would be Cain would not, his pace in the fourth and fifth would not let up. He would be just as much a nightmare. And if Jon gets into that, that's big trouble.
I disagree. I think Jon would light him up, front kick. And you got to remember, Cain's slower than DC.
Cain is slower?
Yes. DC's at 205, so Cain's going to be slower. He's not as good as footwork. Oh, and you're just going to bulldoze front and do what to Jon? DC didn't have a prayer on holding Jon against the cage.
He didn't. He did not.
A chance.
He did not. That was crazy.
He would just turn him, and then he would hold him there.
DC said it. He goes, the guy would lean on you, and he was just much bigger. He felt much bigger than I realized.
And real quick, the biggest knock on Jon was, he doesn't train that hard. He only trains when he's in camp. He moved to Albuquerque full time so he can train year-round.
Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck, everyone.
Yeah,
good luck.
So you're telling me that Jon Jones beats Cain Velasquez?
I do.
And who has a better chance at fighting him? So Dos Santos?
I don't know what's left for Jon besides
Travis Brown.
I think Travis Brown would be a tougher matchup just because of his length.
Yeah.
If you look at the Alexander fight, Alexander gave Jon problems because of his length.
Yeah.
If you look, Travis is bigger than Alexander.
Yeah.
So that could be one of the determined factors. Now Jon's wrestling is a hell of a lot better than Travis's.
Oh, it is, yeah.
So he's probably going to take him down. But yeah, Travis Brown has KO power. So after John beats Alexander, if Alexander gets by Rumbles, or let's say Rumbles beats Alexander, and let's say, so John fights the winner of Alexander Rumbles. Whoever he fights.
It's Rumble. Stop saying Rumbles. Stop saying Rumbles.
So who's he fight after that? What's next? Give me a guy.
Well, he's got it. The only thing left is the big heavyweights. I mean,
no. Let's just say it. Let's just say that doesn't happen. Dana says no heavyweight. Who's he fight, Evan? And you got to look it up.
Yep. Rematch
with
Rampage.
Who? The winner of Phil Davis, Ryan Bader? Nope.
There's literally nobody.
Nope.
There's literally nobody.
Who? Oh, Glover? Rashad winner? No. He beat both
Glover,
of them.
He beat all those guys.
Who else you got? Oh, they just signed Rampage. That'd be cool. No, it beat the brakes off him.
He choked him out.
Yep. Who else we got?
There's nobody else.
Conor will fight him.
Conor McGregor?
Put him in with Conor McGregor.
Good luck.
I'd love to see that.
Would you pay for that? I would.
I would pay for that. Here's a legit fight, Conor.
No.
Enjoy this.
No. You don't want that. And Anderson Silva doesn't want a piece of Jon Jones.
Absolutely not.
No.
Not at this point in his career.
No. Even
Anderson 5 years ago? Different. I still think Jon beats him.
Yeah, I do too. And I think Jon beats him because Jon takes him down, picks him up, and just beats him up. He's just stronger and bigger.
Too good, man.
Too good. He's just too good.
Well, I'm jealous of him. I really am.
Are you?
I really am.
A little piece of you dies.
It's just like I'm sure guys in the NBA, it's like watching Jordan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's some great players in the NBA. When you watch Jordan, you're just like, I can't do that.
He's so creative.
I just can't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yes, I do know what you mean. I know.
You know what I'm saying? It's like running backs in the NFL. To get to the NFL, you're a beast.
You're a beast.
You got some serious skills, man.
Then LaDainian Thomas.
And then, or Barry Sanders, like, oh, no, I can't do that. That's how it is for the rest of us right now with Jon Jones. I watch him, I'm like, fuck. And you know me, and you guys both know me. I'm cocky.
Oh, you're
cocky.
shit.
So for me to say, no, I can't do that, I don't think I've ever said that in my life. Even in football, I would watch, even when at the NFL, I'd watch guys run routes. I'm like, I can do that.
Yeah,
and I'll probably overstep my boundaries when I
running a route and fighting 25 minutes the way he did.
No,
Difference.
I'm just saying. I'd watch a Florida State receiver, number one draft pick, run a out route. I'm like, I can do that better.
Yeah.
That man, when it comes to John, I'm like, nope. There you go. He's our Michael Jordan. He's our Michael Jordan. I don't know if we'll ever see someone, even if people say, oh, the future of the UFC, kids are just getting into MMA now. I can't wait to see the future. Nah, I don't think we'll see another Jon Jones.
Well,
I'm going to get off his dick now. But I'm just saying, I don't think we'll see another Jon Jones.
Are you telling me right now that he's
the Michael Jordan of the UFC?
Are you saying to me that he is, without a doubt, the best fighter and could beat anybody in the UFC up?
Yep.
Including in the heavyweight division.
100%.
Really?
I know.
Whoa!
I'm sure I'm going to take some. I know I'm going to take some heat
Why
for
would
this.
you take heat though?
And I'm not saying he's not going to win any awards for most humble or I don't know if you want your kids being like. Well, I'm not saying that, but as far as talent wise and fighting wise and skill wise, he's the best we've ever had.
And as far as grit and ability to keep his composure,
no one tougher.
I mean,
and he's only getting better. He's 27.
He's 27.
He's 27. He's beat everyone.
No, I'm unduly impressed.
You're piping down over there. Did you find a light heavyweight for him to fight?
No, I'm pretty close to on the same boat as you. I'm not as convinced of the Cain beating as you are. Travis could give him a hell of a fight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so would Matt Mitrione.
I mean,
like that, right?
if you made that fight right now and said, Evan, you have to pick a guy. You just have to. I'd probably go with Jon.
Yeah, I don't bet against them.
We haven't seen him against these really big, like guys that are just. Well,
who? No, go ahead and finish your sentence. I love destroying your theories. Who? A real big guy like Alexander,
Travis Brown, or even
Alexander's huge. Alexander dwarfs me. When we trained together, I was like, "What are we doing?" Yeah. He's fucking huge. He's every bit of 6'6", 6'7". Was about 230 something. Just lean. I was like, oh god.
I'd like to see him fight Alistair Overeem. What do you think would happen?
Destroys him.
He destroys him.
Not even fight.
Just because he's just
not a fight. He kicks him right in the face. What's Overeem gonna do? Stand with him? Think how slow Overeem is compared to Jon Jones.
He's slow compared to Jon Jones. And I think you're right in the sense that He's got make no mistake. He's got heavyweight strength.
Yeah,
He's
and this is
ridiculously strong.
We're gonna move on after this. We're gonna for sure get off John's nuts after this comment. But you gotta think about it too. What Floyd Mayweather does is impressive. Fighting these Olympic guys, whatever, going to decisions. He's 46-0. That's impressive. There's really only two ways to lose in boxing. You either get knocked out or you lose in decision.
Yeah.
In the UFC at the world-class level, think how many ways there are to lose. And he's fought everyone. He's lost one round, maybe. How many rounds has John lost in his entire career? You could say maybe, really.
He lost technically one round to Machida. I mean, the first round.
Well, he lost rounds to Gustafsson.
He lost
two, arguably to some people, 3.
Arguably does nothing. You're talking a guy who got fucked over by the refs with Arlovsky. Everyone gave me 2 rounds to 3. Arguably does nothing.
All right, so we definitely agree on
2
rounds from Gustafsson.
So he lost 2 rounds, and then to DC I think they gave him 1 round.
Round 2, DC definitely 1 round.
Yeah, they gave him round 2.
Yeah.
So he's lost 3 rounds in his 9 or 10 title defenses. 3 rounds. Think how many ways there are to lose in their 5-minute rounds. And you want to say Floyd Mayweather's the greatest of all time?
Listen, man.
Fuck
you
Brian.
got no argument.
Fuck you.
Hey, man, I didn't say anything, man. I'm telling you when I say this.
Let's get his balls off our face.
No,
let's jump on. He's the best of all time. He's the best of all time. But I'll tell you who's the best of all time when it comes to underwear. When it comes to underwear,
hold on.
We're talking about the Floyd Mayweather of underwear here. We're talking about the Jon Jones of undies. Do me a favor, fellas. If you're out there right now wearing your white underwear, go ahead and unzip your pants and look down while you're sitting at your cubicle. You got pee-pee stains on the front. That's not cool.
Listen.
If you go to MeUndies, I'm wearing some right now.
Let me see those MeUndies.
I'm wearing some right now.
How comfortable
they are so damn comfortable, and they don't come in white because that's old school. Don't be like your dad with pee-pee stains in the front. Mix it up. They gave him some camouflage ones. Yep. You think you're seeing pee-pee stains or doo-doo stains in the back? Nope, they're camouflage.
Not only that, you can mix and match. You want your girl to have the same undies as you do, little cutie pie.
Don't do that, fellas.
Be a couple 1-2 cutie pies.
Don't do that, fellas.
Let's go out there with matching undies.
Do not do that.
I'm doing it. And you think they're cotton? They're not. They're 2 times softer than cotton. Here's the bottom line. You spend about 90% of your life in your underwear, okay?
90%, people. 90%.
When you got saggy underwear, when you got soggy underwear.
Droop it in the back like you shit your pants.
Don't you understand that these underwear, MeUndies, are made? Let me just go through the fabric. The bottom line is the fabric is it
silk? I don't know. I'm wearing right now. Am I wearing silk?
Well,
are these made out of puppy ears?
Well, look.
I don't know.
Look. It's a moisture wicking. It wicks the moisture from your body. You know what I mean by wick? Like you walk around with swampy ass and swampy nuts. Not so with MeUndies.
Never.
MeUndies.
Never.
It wicks the moisture. Who wouldn't want? I want it Sahara dry down there. I want it Sahara dry, okay?
Who's the guy going, I want it soaking wet?
No.
I want swamp ass.
I want crotch rot. Nah, not me.
Never.
Don't say goodbye to fungal creams when you got MeUndies, because it's got environmentally sustainable materials. I don't know how they do it. They use less water and less dye than others.
I'm telling you now, it's the most comfortable pair of underwear I've ever had in my life. I'm telling you, man, they're ridiculous.
Are you being a salesman right now?
Not at all. And they sent me.
Explain why.
And they sent me these sweats. Yeah. These continent sweats that are ridiculous. They sent me V-necks. You know Big Brown loves a V-neck. They sent me 2 V-necks, looking like a real cutie pie. They got shirts. They got women's clothes. But most importantly, they have the best underwear I guarantee you've ever put on in your life. Brian, get rid of those white undies with the pee-pee stains on front and get some style, my man.
I'm glad you finally found a pair of underwear to harness that little nub of yours. And
you're glad I found a pair of underwear to just harness this monster.
Think of MeUndies as a holster for your privates. But they make women's underwear too. Here's a good thing. The materials they use are sustainably sourced from the Austrian Alps. If you're like Brendan and you don't know where the Austrian Alps are, just know that those are in Austria.
That's
and
where Arnold Schwarzenegger's from.
The Alps are a mountain chain that stretch, I believe, from Austria to Switzerland to France, et cetera, et cetera.
Undies.
I don't know how they sustainably source them from the Austrian Alps, but they are completely natural. They also use a CO2 neutral process with a low carbon footprint. So if you care about the world, you might want to get your MeUndies. They save water and energy due to their spun-dyed fiber process. At the end of the day, we had a very candid conversation on the phone. And you and I have this policy where we're not gonna endorse anything unless it's the real deal. You actually are wearing them right now.
I swear to God.
Show the cameras.
I've been rocking them for days.
Yeah,
now.
you are wearing them. You like them a lot, and I'm jealous.
Black. Go and feel those, Brian.
Dude.
Watch me dick.
Dude, can I be honest with
Watch
you?
me dick.
They've clearly wicked the moisture away from you.
Because
I'm feeling.
You're not mad at that velvet.
I'm feeling that it feels
You're
very
not mad
dry.
at that velvet.
Dude, that's a beautiful purple.
It's actually a little wet.
That's a beautiful purple. Well, now you're turning around and now they smell like soup. So obviously you've been eating soup. It says MeUndie.
It says MeUndie.
Now
MeUndie, me ladies.
how far do they go down?
MeUndie, me ladies.
How far do they go down?
How far do these go down?
Oh, you're really not. He's gonna. By the way, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa, easy. Whoa, easy. Get that bad boy. Get that bad boy in. Whoa, easy. Oh, those are European. Oh, bro, hold on, bro. Those aren't even boxer briefs.
No, I keep them tight, son.
Bro, you went full Speedo,
son.
You guys.
What's up, son?
You guys, he's wearing Speedo style. MeUndies come in Speedo as well. Bro, easy.
Back in there.
Easy. Get him back.
Down, you beast. Down, you beast.
Easy. Oh, man, thank God that material can really hold that bad boy in.
Thank God these MeUndies keep this thing.
Was he eating a carrot or was that all you? Here's the bottom line, ladies and gentlemen.
Is he sucking on a cucumber? That's all me, Brian.
That's
MeUndies. Find the kid MeUndies.
That's the last time they'll sponsor us now that we're talking so dirty.
Never. MeUndies for life. I will never wear another pair of underwear again.
Did you say they make t-shirts?
Shirts, V-necks. You could use some new V-necks. I'm telling you, they're legit, Brian. Get them. What will you do for the Fire the Kid Army? If they're like, I have these white Fruit Loom undies and they have shit stains, I could use a new pair.
Well, here's the thing. Underwear are expensive. We know that. And at the end of the day, you don't have to spend that much money on them. But we're going to make it easy, okay? You go to MeUndies, MeUndies.com/fighter. Get 20% off your first order and free shipping. Save even more when you buy a pack of them.
Spell that out, Brian. It's MeUndies.
Well, MEUNDIES, okay, .com/fighter. All right.
They got the style of the week. Step your game up in your underwear.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
There's nothing less sexy when you're about to hook up with a girl and you take your undies on and you're rocking some busted ass old school undies with pee-pee stains.
Well, you know what it is? Underwear is
MeUndies,
like
20% off. Step your game up.
I have to drink my coffee out of a specific kind of mug. If I don't have the kind of underwear I like on, it causes problems for me. I'm so weird that when I look in my drawer, I got these underwear that were given to me as samples because I was gonna make underwear to sell, and literally, like, I don't like the band. I don't like the writing. It sits in my drawer. I'm not wearing those. I'm particular about that.
Telling you, step your game up. Talk to Nina. MeUndies sent me a gift package.
Well, I'm gonna get them, but here's the thing. MeUndies also, you go to their website and you can basically design your own underwear. You can pick and choose. So they got all different kind of styles. Find the pattern you want.
What size underwear do you wear?
I'm a medium.
Are you a medium?
I'm a medium.
God, that's embarrassing. A medium.
Yeah, but I got a piece on me. Hey, don't do that. Hey, man, it goes by waist size.
It's YMCA days. I'm touching your nose. I'm touching your dick.
MeUndies. Protect my pee-pee.
MeUndies, get it done. 20% off.
Wow, that was a long ad for MeUndies.
It's legit though, son.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, they're legit. I got my piece out. Let's not. Can we rewind for a second?
That was impressive.
Hey, are you a boxer or brief guy? Or what?
Bro, why do you wear briefs?
Because I'm dead sexy. Anyone who wears boxers is old school. What do you got on? Let me see what you got on right now. Take them off right now.
Here, I think I got Calvin's.
Hey, sweet belt, Brad Pitt.
Thanks, bro. First of all, I got.
Well, how long? First of all, those are Dockers, and they go down your knees.
Yeah, I like that.
Why is it all baggy in the front?
I don't know, man.
Hey, for sure, quit sagging the front of your boxers.
And those things don't sag, do they?
Your nuts are down your ankles. Your nuts are hanging out the bottom.
That's right.
Hey, sweet
a
nuts, Callan.
I got a hole through them.
Your nuts look like a hound dog cheeks. Just.
If I got to track somebody, I just pull my pants off and let my nuts drag on the ground. That picks up the scent, and it brings it. And the scent brings it right up to
your
right
nuts.
Up to
your
the
nuts
nose
have calluses
of my piece.
on them. Your nuts have calluses on the bottom. Your nuts look like a set of barnacles.
Listen, when I want to track you, you can't get away because I'll duck walk with my pants off. Let my nuts kind of drag along the ground.
That's why you need MeUndies, man. Those were way too baggy, and your nuts were hanging out the bottom.
47, bro. My nuts hang lower than my dick. I don't want to talk about it. I'm tightening my scrotum. I'm going to get an operation.
You need to get a facelift on your nuts.
I sure do. Nuts are
just
awful.
Just a little trim me up and then pull that sack up.
I got old balls. I guarantee there's a process where you can pull your sack tighter.
I saw a process where you can make it smooth. You know how it looks like a brain? You can make it smooth like a basketball.
Really?
I think they inject a shitload of Botox in them.
Oh.
Who would do that?
Who
cares? Wouldn't that look weird?
Not if you're showing your nuts off all the time on
What
camera.
if there's a process to put your balls on the inside of your body? Now you're not getting hit in the balls anymore.
That makes more sense. Then it looks more
Yeah.
appealing, right?
No, I want my nuts.
That might be the new thing.
You know why your nuts one hangs lower than the other? So they don't clang together. You know why they're out of your body?
Temperature.
Because, need to be a little cooler.
Temperature. They go up and down, controlling the temperature. Yours just go down.
They just down. They're just depressed.
Yours were just like, oh, we give up.
Heavy nuts.
We give up.
Heavy.
We're hound dog nuts.
There I am.
You look at basset hound ears. Your nuts were just like, oh.
Although when I have a massage after I get off the table, my piece hangs lower than my nuts. My piece, when I'm relaxed, my body and muscles are relaxed. Sorry, Evan's pointing. I can't help it. Sorry.
I was just going.
We were talking about underwear.
You dragged me in. You dragged me.
No,
in.
you started
I told everyone we were going to talk about dicks, and then we started talking about. I'm like, And I was going to chime in and go, you do got a piece on you, man. I was going to chime in.
You focused in. You focused.
Shake it. 15%.
Dudes
15%.
are idiots.
Current events. Let's go to current events. Let's switch this up. Segue. Current events. Current events with Evan the Bear.
Current events with Evan the Bear.
Real quick,
Nice.
we did pick an intern. We picked an intern. She starts Wednesday. Oh, guess what? Fire the Kid fans. This is breaking news. Breaking news. Do you love the Fire the Kid, but you're only getting it once a week, so you're down like Brian's nuts? Well, guess what? We're doing it twice a week, everybody.
Twice a week, ladies and gentlemen.
2 shows a week.
Happy New Year.
Coming at you, yeah.
Twice a week.
2 Fire the Kids a week. Double the dose. Hanging low like Brian's nuts.
Trying to get a guest on the second one.
The second show, we will usually have a guest every show.
We should have Will Satso coming back.
2 shows a week.
Yep.
Booyah. Current events.
Current events is brought to you by Bryan Callen, who'll be at the at Laugh Boston in Boston this weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Laugh Boston in Boston. If you listen to the podcast,
harass them. Yell out Big Brown.
John Doomsday Howard. I know that gym's out there. I went to that gym last time I was there. You guys come on out. And we'll have some fun.
Bring your Doug Flutie jerseys. Brian will sign them. It's
I'll sign
Boston
them.
College night.
Laugh
Come see
Boston.
Bryan Callen.
Come on out. All right. Current events.
It's time to argue about movies. You saw American Sniper. You liked it. You're wrong.
If you don't like it,
that.
you're in charge of ISIS. If you don't like it, you're a terrorist. American Sniper is one of the best movies I've ever seen. I watched it at my house. Whatever. People gave me DVDs. I watched it at my house. I stood up and did a slow clap. Just
patriotic, huh?
Oh my God! Heavy heart, tears in my eyes.
That's
Did you
my
cry?
boy. That's my boy.
What's up?
Did you cry?
I was close. That was a damn good movie.
I give anything Bradley Cooper's in 2 thumbs up because he's my boy. So
when you say your boy, you just did the 2 movies with him?
No, I've known Bradley way before those movies.
Really?
Yes, we were very good friends.
And you said you didn't like because he wasn't like swole.
That was a joke. I was just kidding. A little bit.
He looks
No, you were serious. You know he really looked like that. I talked to
the
his
guy?
we have the same trainer. The trainer that put all the weight on him is my trainer. And I asked him, I said, yeah, I didn't see it. I go, yeah, my buddy was complaining, the producer of the show was complaining that he wasn't like ripped. He goes, no, you have to look exactly like the guy. Why would we make him ripped? Good point. And the producer's a serial killer.
I wanted a superhero-looking person.
They don't look like superheroes.
No, Navy SEALs don't.
It's a movie.
The movie's
like
about
Brennan.
the greatest American sniper of all time.
The deadliest.
It's ridiculous. Great movie. What else you got?
What else have you seen? You're out here bragging about all these screeners coming through.
Well, I saw the interview.
Mr. Hollywood?
Yeah. Well, I've seen the interview. Did you see the interview?
Nah, I thought it looked
Have
stupid.
you seen it? I thought it looked stupid too. One of the funniest movies I've seen this year.
Wow.
I would. For me, it goes American Sniper, The Interview, Foxcatcher, Gone Girl.
Wow.
I thought Foxcatcher was dope.
Really?
I liked it.
Really? Very slow. Very slow. That movie's very slow, Brian. That movie takes forever. I had 3 cups of tea during that movie. I was watching like this.
Hey, Disneyland, you know that your taste in movies has no weight anywhere, right?
I know. I have horrible taste in movies.
Yeah. So
except
it
for
doesn't
American
matter.
Sniper, you son of a bitch.
I'm sure that's a great movie, but it doesn't matter what you say. I'm not listening to.
Oh, and Gone Girl for sure could have been an hour shorter. For the ending was awful. They could have. You know what they should have done, and they can hit me up if they want more ideas on their movies. What they could have done is they should have sent Ben Affleck to prison for the rest of his life, and she should have just went on about her way, and then showed her getting remarried, doing it again. Instead, they go into her doing all this stuff, coming back around, and then just living a happy life.
I like the movie.
Boring.
I liked it.
Oh, halfway through, I went, God, this is too much. It's boring.
Yeah, you have no attention span.
Ooh, the interview's funny though. Ooh, it's funny.
Yeah, I'll go see that, and I'll make my own decision.
No, well, you can't see it.
I have to go to my computer and see it.
I think you can rent it.
So you thought you thought Franco and Rogan together was great. They were fun. They were a good duo.
When and I'm not gonna spoil it, but the movie when he's army crawling through the forest and tiger's coming to eat him, and James Franco is looking on the infrared trying to describe it, and he thought it was a big dog, and he went, it looks like it's a big dog. It's like a big dog with stripes. It's like Clifford big. I could not stop laughing. Clifford the dog, the big red dog, he goes, this dog's big with stripes. He's obviously describing a tiger, and he goes, I mean, it's like really big, like Clifford big. I could not stop laughing, man. There's some funny ass.
That's pretty
in that
funny.
movie. It's funny, dude.
I'll give it.
That's
I'll
my
give it a
movie
try.
of the month.
I'll
That's
give it
my
a try
movie of the month.
Just because you're heaping praise on it right now.
Go see
I
the
was
interview.
making a point not to see it.
Me too, man. The interviews looked awful.
It looked real bad.
When the trailers looked horrible, I was like, I don't want to see that. Funniest movie I've seen in a long time.
Wow.
Brian, what movies have you seen? Nothing.
I saw Gone Girl.
2 months ago.
I saw The Hobbit.
You saw The Hobbit? How's that? I'm not down for those.
It was actually the last one
Long,
was
huh?
really good.
But have you seen all of them?
I don't know, maybe.
That means no. You're not an avid
What else
fan.
have I seen?
Well, if it's not current, you don't have to
can't
tell
bring
us.
myself to see a lot of movies.
Ooh, I don't miss a movie. I saw The Woman or Lady in Black, the scary movie too.
Scary.
One of the worst movies I've seen in a long time.
Oh no.
There we go.
Horrible. Did you see it?
No, I didn't.
do not
I
see it.
wouldn't see the first one either. I knew it was terrible.
I didn't see the first one.
I used to work for a production company that had the script for that movie like 5 years ago, and I read the original script. I was like, this movie sucks.
That's info I could have used about
It was
2
bad.
days ago.
The original script was bad, so I wasn't
Really?
surprised that the movie
It
was
was
bad.
so bad, man.
All right.
What else you got, dog?
Anywho, NFL playoffs. We're there, bro.
I can't get enough of football right now. Can we talk about Ohio State? Can we just talk about college real quick?
Yeah, jump and do it.
There was a guy who fights in the UFC who gave the Ohio State Buckeyes a little motivational talk, a little Cheeto finger talk.
Yeah.
They're in the national championship now. You're welcome.
Well,
Urban Meyer, you're welcome.
You might be taking a little too much credit there, man.
I don't know. I'm just saying I saw after they won, well, someone said like, "Oh, Big Brown, it's because of you." Is weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe
I didn't hear that.
I don't know. Maybe
don't
you
know.
didn't. Maybe you're making that up.
I might
Are you
be.
taking credit
Maybe
for them
someone tweeted
being
me.
in the national championships?
It didn't hurt. Didn't hurt.
I like that.
And I-
didn't hurt. Obviously didn't hurt.
All I'm saying is I talked to Seattle Seahawks last year, won the Super Bowl. I talked to Ohio State this year. They're in the national championship.
I didn't know you talked to the Seahawks.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I'm just saying.
When you went up to talk to them, were you given?
I just talked to the O-line.
And were they receptive? Did you feel like they were like, "What's this asshole doing?"
It was more like fighting. Yeah, not as, the college kids, not as much. I'm gonna be honest with you, the college kids. I cried. I wasn't ready for them to and I told you this on there. If you go back and listen to the Urban Meyer episode, I cried because I wasn't ready for it. They had this big production and showed a highlight tape and showed me like since I was young, training, stuff like that. And I got emotional. So I think that connected on another level with those guys.
Well, you're dealing with pros.
It's different. You're talking about egos.
Yeah.
With pros, you're talking about egos.
Yeah, so what did you say to them? I'd be very nervous about saying anything to professional O-linemen. I don't know.
Well, it's just different with pros. I just talk about like really work ethic and stuff like that, and what I do and the nerves I have. With the college kids, I talk about really being disciplined, not really being a nerd. Like it might not be cool to miss the party and study tape and stuff like that, but I'm telling you, it's gonna pay off. The juice is worth the squeeze. For you to really get to the NFL and be a top drafting, I'm telling you, that's more important than going to these parties and playing grab ass.
No doubt.
Or hooking up with the girl and stuff
doubt.
like that. Yeah, so you get your education, study, play football, do well, and then everything else takes a back
and
seat.
learn what to do with your money.
Yeah.
Get a good accountant.
Speaking of what should we do with our money, who should we be betting on?
Listen,
who's got Super Bowl this year?
Ooh. Well, when it comes to college, I like Ohio State's chances against Oregon because their defense and their running game. Oregon has issues with that. So I'll take Ohio State, and they're the underdog too. When it comes to the NFL, NFL's tough, man. I don't know. I mean, the favorites are probably who? New England. They have home field advantage, and they play the Ravens. They're going to destroy the Ravens. The Broncos haven't looked great. That's my team. They haven't looked great, and they're playing the Colts at home. They'll probably beat the Colts, which they've already done. They'll beat the Colts, and then be New England versus Peyton Manning, right? Ooh. In New England, Tom Brady to get to the Super Bowl. Peyton doesn't do well in the cold, man.
He doesn't.
Or just the playoffs in general.
He sucks in the playoffs.
Why is that?
Couldn't tell you. If I knew, I'd shoot him a text.
If you have a team, you get one quarterback for your all-time greatest team.
Oh, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady over Peyton Manning.
Oh, yeah. No. One's a bona fide winner, and all he does is win no matter who he's playing with. Look at who he has to throw to. Gronkowski's on and off, right? He's had a monster year.
Gronk's healthy now.
Yeah, he's healthy.
Edelman.
Edelman's not a starting receiver on most teams. He's not a number one guy.
Nah.
He's a third choice on most teams. Who else? Will they have a phenomenal running back? Not really.
Well, we have LeGarrette Blount and what's his name? Jonas Gray taking.
And Blount they just signed.
And Shane Vereen.
Shane Vereen's my boy.
He's a
good boy. Yeah, but however, he's not like a Marshawn Lynch. Think if Tom Brady was on the Broncos.
More of a defensive team now.
Think if Tom Brady had Darius Thomas, both Thomases. Think
Demaryius, both Demaryius and Julius Thomas. And then
Sanders, Emmanuel Sanders,
yeah.
Wes Welker. What? Think if Tom Brady was on the Broncos. Just saying. If I had to put money, I'm sure Vegas doing the same thing. It's gonna be New England versus Seattle.
Who are the two receivers you choose all time?
All time?
Yeah.
Jeez, man. Jerry Rice, obviously, and. Man, it's hard not to take Michael Irvin or Randy Moss in his prime.
I was thinking Michael Irvin.
Randy Moss in his prime?
Yeah.
Randy Moss in his prime?
I got Randy Moss.
Oh, scary.
Yeah.
Prime Randy Moss and Jerry Rice.
That's good. What about running backs and fullback?
Hey, how about General Jerry over here who doesn't watch football, huh?
Well, I don't watch football this year.
Fullback hasn't been a position in like a decade.
Who's your fullback?
Mike Allstott.
Fullback?
Mike Allstott.
Mark Edwards, I guess? I don't know. Yeah, Allstott.
Yeah, they've changed the formation.
No one rolls with a fullback anymore.
Nobody. Well,
who's your favorite wishbone?
I just know you played fullback, so that's why it's
H-back fullback. That's old school. College still has them.
Yeah.
NFL doesn't.
Yeah. Ron Dane.
He's a running back.
He won a Heisman.
Anyways, you don't watch football, but obviously I'm hoping I'm a diehard Bronco fan. I don't miss a Bronco game. Honestly, my favorite Super Bowl would be the Denver Broncos versus Dallas Cowboys. I just like to see the Cowboys do well.
I'd love to see
I don't know why.
I'd love to see.
They're playing at Green Bay, though. Cowboys are a beast on the road.
Well, not really.
They're undefeated on the road. God damn it, we can't even talk about it.
Well, but I mean, Romo just always.
Go ahead and grab your saggy nuts and just get out when we talk about football. Go ahead and grab your saggy nuts and take a back seat.
For the past 6 years,
the
7
men
years,
are talking
they've
here.
been almost.
Well, yeah, but they're undefeated this year on the road, man.
All right.
Undefeated.
Okay.
Ain't no on the road.
That's not bad. And
That's
Romo,
great.
And Roma has a bad back.
Well, he just played and did
No, I
great.
know.
He just against Detroit, he just made the game-winning touchdown.
We'll see.
Who are you picking, Brian?
Well, I'm not taking the Dallas Cowboys.
I know, but who are you taking?
I'd have to say New England, and I root for players, and I would love to see Peyton Manning get a ring, another one. So I'm
a little confused right now.
I'm gonna go with the Broncos.
I love this. So you think New England versus the Broncos in the Super Bowl?
That wouldn't happen.
Why?
Because
That's what you just said.
There can only be one. No, I was talking about who do I think is going to get to the Super Bowl. I mean,
You said New England, but then you said you'd love to
well,
see Peyton
who's
get a
gonna
ring.
who's gonna win?
I'm giving you the skeptical hippo eyes right now.
Who's gonna get there? That's what I'm saying.
but
it ain't gonna be the Cowboys. I'd say if I'm gonna say, I don't know. I mean, Seahawks, Broncos.
Moving on.
Seahawks, New England.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever, bro. Your man card's left in the back there.
So this is super sad, but we have to talk about it.
Oh, man.
Homie Stuart Scott.
It's tough. Stuart Scott passed away. Did you see that?
No.
Do you know who Stuart Scott is?
Damn it, Brian.
Brian, do you know who Stuart Scott is?
Ryan.
You're about to blow my mind.
Ryan Count checking out the last part of the podcast.
This is the problem with having me pick out the current events because you and me are always on the same page because we're
'cause
similar, close in age.
Yeah.
Brian's just
Stuart
in another
Scott?
dimension.
Who is
Cool
that?
on the other side of the pillow.
Booyah!
I don't know who that is.
The black guy from ESPN. 21 years on ESPN.
Wonky eye.
He died? The guy with the glasses?
Brian's
Yes.
just finding
I
out
love
about
him.
I know. He was awesome.
He
How
passed
did he-
away.
What do you mean he died? How?
Cancer. Everyone knows he had cancer, man.
Oh no! Is that what was up with his eyes? His eyes were all messed up.
Nah, he got
God
hit.
damn it, man.
He was
Hold on.
sideline reporting and he got hit by an errant football like 15 years ago.
And what happened to his eyes?
It just got all
He
wonky.
just
It
told
fucked
you.
it up.
His
He got-
eye and
he got
dying
hit-
have nothing to do with each other.
He got hit
You're
in the eye by a
worst.
football.
Wait, I
You
like
and your
him.
saggy
I love
nuts are
that
the
guy,
worst.
man. He died of. I'm sad right now.
Yeah, you look super
I
sad.
am.
He does.
thought
He
he
actually
wa-
he does
Wait,
look really
wait.
sad.
What kind of cancer did he die of?
I don't know.
That
The
dude
bad
was-
kind.
That dude's my age, so you idiots don't know anything.
49.
49.
We're 21 years for ESPN.
Oh shit, man. You don't know what kind of cancer?
I met him a couple
It
times.
was his like, I think it was the third time it's come back.
Yeah.
Oh.
He had 2 daughters, too.
Yeah,
He's a
it's
good
fucking
man.
shitty.
Great guy.
ESPN ran on
Great
ESPN
guy.
too. They just ran like hours of like the This Is Sports Center commercials, like the really hilarious
He was
ones.
so
great.
funny.
They
He
were
was great.
amazing. That
He's a
dude was
great-
hilarious.
He's the best, as good as you get at that job.
I was a commentator on ESPN, and he was one of the guys who was super nice to me. Well, I got to be honest. A lot of them were nice to me. Some of them weren't. A lot of them had egos. He didn't, man. He was super cool.
He's a
to me
good man.
When I was on ESPN.
Trained a lot of MMA too.
He did. Loved MMA.
Did he?
After he got cancer, he started training MMA because he wanted to keep his body as as fun as
One of the best
active as he
ever. He's one of the guys who you got to look up to because it's easy to fall into the kind of the mundane, just kind of, this is Sports Center, shot here, 2 minutes left. He added character into it. He took a
bums
risk.
me out. That bums me out.
For sure, stay up with the current times. Yeah, he died.
Guess what,
yesterday.
everybody? I gotta go do a table
We got one more
read.
question left. Oh, then we got a
got
couple.
fan questions.
Yeah, we gotta hurry.
Let's jump right into fan questions.
You got 5 minutes.
Fan
Right.
question time?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, first fan question comes from Dick Bowser.
Dick Bowser.
First of all, for sure, change your name.
No,
Dick.
hell no, Dick Bowser.
Dick Bowser. Dick Bowser, real quick. No.
I bet Dick. Never mind.
This is an interesting question for both of you.
Okay.
If you could hook me up with any celebrity, who would it be?
Ooh, Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan. Answer.
That'd be fun. Are you kidding me?
She's 28. She'd be a lot of fun.
Having
Be
the
a good
beard,
time.
Lindsay Lohan.
She needs a boyfriend, and her current boyfriend, I hear, is not
tool.
very. Yeah.
I heard he's a tool. Can you imagine the segment?
No, I don't
talk?
know if he's a tool, but
Lindsay
I just
Lohan,
know,
having the beard
I don't
in
think he's that
LA.
athletic. She needs a man. She needs a guy who can.
She needs a beard.
Take
in
it
her
to her.
lineup. Lindsay, hit him
What
up.
about what's gonna be best for the podcasting? Lindsay could get the craziest. I like that answer.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, next one's
Evan
from.
has a drug problem. That'd be awesome.
You'd have to get a new producer because I
We'd
would
figure it out.
I would be on drugs the entire time.
That'd be awesome.
All right, next one's from Brian Wayne Alford. How do you think Jon will handle Cain's size and wrestling in a fight?
We just talked about
Yeah,
it.
we kind of talked about it. I just think Jon's too quick. Yeah, he nullifies his wrestling, and Jon beats him up. Jon won't let Cain push him against the cage. That's an easy one.
I don't think Jon beats Cain up. I just think it's a dogfight, and I think Jon finds a way to win.
Yep.
All right, next one's from Dominic Kadir. Brian, what was the first thing you said to Brendan when you saw his new haircut?
I went, well,
Yeah.
there it is. And he was like laughing, and he's like, what do you think? I go,
guess-
it's there. There it is.
I couldn't stop laughing because we were at a party for the UFC watching it, and no one really said anything, and then it's all quiet. And Brian walks in and goes, well, in front of everyone. I was like, oh shit. I felt like I was getting picked on in school.
He
again.
was just so happy with his new part.
Just go look at the comments on Instagram. Just saying.
There's a part. He's
Look at
got
the
a
girls on
part.
Instagram.
He brushes it to one side. Personally, don't like people like that.
The fellas hate on it. The girls love it.
Yeah.
I aim to please for the chicas.
Yeah.
It looks solid.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you're welcome.
too tough to punch in the face, so I just have to make fun of you.
Yeah,
All right.
I will piss on your saggy balls.
Yeah. All right, this one is from Jack Mark. What do you think about Steven Seagal being constantly involved with fighters? In this case,
How about
Daniel
his dye
Cormier.
job? How about his dye
That
job?
was a hell of a dive
Hilarious.
job. And I was just I started shouting at the screen. I was like, Sensei Seagal!
It's
Hugging
so
Dan
stupid.
Cormier.
It's so stupid. You know Steven Seagal after one of Jon's fights tried coming into Jon's locker room and Jon told him no. Jon was like, no, get out of here. What the hell? Get out of here. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. That guy doesn't do shit for anyone. Now, if Van Damme wants to be in my corner, you got a spot, buddy, for life. Jean-Claude Van Damme. DC might love Seagal. I was never a Seagal fan. I'm a Van Damme fan. You're either a Van Damme or Seagal fan, but you're not both.
Yeah, well.
You're either a Raiders fan, Broncos fan. You're not both.
Seagal fancies himself a fighter on the level of a lot of UFC guys.
I'll slap the shit out
And
of
I just
Seagal.
I don't get it. I just don't.
If I win
get it.
Personality of the Year award at the MMA Fighters Only Awards, I'll call out Steven Seagal.
You gonna fight him?
I'll just say you're a piece of shit and slap him in the front row.
Can he use his nunchucks? Throwing
Sure.
Stars?
Whatever you want.
All right. One more question. Let's go.
We can do two more.
Okay.
This is from Alex J. He wants to know, Brian, more movies, stand-up, or something else this year? And then Brennan, what's going on with training stuff?
Go ahead.
Stand up for me. I don't know.
The
Yeah,
stand-up year?
I got more stand up starting this weekend. Again, Laugh Boston. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Come see me in Boston. Yeah, more
stand up, and I'm excited for the podcast holds. We got a lot of good stuff.
We're taking
A
this
lot of good
podcast.
stuff.
Yeah, we're excited about the podcast.
2 shows a week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Video.
That's where my
new
focus
sponsors.
is. That's where my energy is.
I guess. For me, coaching, figuring stuff out. Really, right now, my focus is my neck. I'm having issues with my neck. And I got some other stuff going on that I don't want to talk about. We'll figure it out. Believe me, you guys be the first to know when I make some decisions. But some stuff I don't want to talk about right now.
All right, and this last one we'll wrap up is from Jordan Seitz. If Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen had to do an interview / assassinate Kim Jong-un, what would be their plan?
Ooh, very
Yeah,
good
save
question.
this one for the end.
I would dress as a woman, and I'd have to use a blow dart.
We'd put a red wig on Brian and make him like Lindsay Lohan, and I would be his security. And then we would get Kim Jong-un alone in his room, but the security would have to watch, and then we'd kill him.
Yeah. You'd have to do it without a weapon because he's got all kinds of weapon technology.
Okay.
And you...
Okay. All right, Brian.
No problem.
Professional fighter. Yeah.
How would you kill him, though? He can't make any noise.
First of all, I wouldn't kill him right away. I would give him a new haircut because he has that bona fide dickhead haircut.
Yeah,
he's the originator of the dickhead haircut.
Yeah, he's terrible. But
Horrible.
would I lure him? We'd have to doll me up. I have nice legs if we shaved them down.
I know, but your nuts are going to hang down to your ankles.
So we'd have to tie them up. We'd have to
tie those up. We have to get a nice tight pair of MeUndies. Tie your balls to your back.
No.
Like a bulldog.
We pull my nuts
like a
straight
British
up,
bulldog.
My 3-piece set. We take my 3-piece set. We pull it up. We take a piece of rope. We tie it around my waist. Now we're holding my nuts up. tight and flat to my body. Now, because I'm a patriot, now we have to take a big Band-Aid, a big bandage. We got to really mash that piece. I mean, mash it. I'm hurt.
Really
I'm
mash
like,
it.
It's gonna be uncomfortable. I'm like this.
don't hit so hard. Yeah. Why are you using that hammer? You gotta hammer me down. Now we're pasting my body. Now I can wear a pair of tight shorts. And I got an apple bottom.
You do have an apple bottom. We
Got
put
some
a
nice
red
calves
wig on
me.
you. You know who else we bring with us? Morgan Freeman. Kind of throw him off.
Yes, that's right. We bring Morgan. Morgan says it's good to see you here. Kim Jong-il, thanks so much for being a dictator. I have a gift for you. She's a muscular young woman. She's not that young. She does have an Adam's apple and a sharp nose and a very strong jaw. Sure, you can probably see the faint outline of some hair on her face, sorry. But this is a gift. She's a redhead with a positive attitude. The words I can't are not in her dictionary. The words I can't are not in her dictionary. She has a penchant for the Asian man. I'm sure you've got a piece on you. After all, you are a leader, and even if you don't, even if it's the size of my thumb, I don't mind. And I know she doesn't mind. Again, the words I can't are not in the dictionary, and she doesn't have a gag reflex. Now take a look at this rump. That's my gift to you. Thank you for showing me around your country. She does have to have a chaperone, though, and that's this large Puerto Rican man next to her. He's going to be just on the sideline watching things. You go ahead and have at it. But make sure I keep saying he and I don't know why, make sure if you are going to throw that small thumb you call a dick in her rump, you give her a piece of leather to chew on. It's probably her first time. She is a virgin, an ass virgin.
Wow.
And then when he gets on, don't let him get in.
Don't
let him get in. Snake them. Because I know you will, you son of a bitch. And I'll be like, choke him! And then throw it in, and then just choke him.
No, I'm going to let him just get just the tip. Relax, bite down, just the tip.
No!
Just the tip.
Kim Jong-il.
And then I'll jump on
Choke him, yeah, then you choke. But don't put all your weight on him, because then he's going to be even farther in. Dude, get off him!
I'm going to grab his ankles like this. Whoop!
All right.
And then his nose goes straight in
Can't
your
make
ass.
any noise.
Boop!
Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, I got to run.
This is the Fire the Kid. We got Fire the Kid hoodies coming out. These things are vintage, soft. Fire the Kid worldwide. New logo, bitches. www.thefighterandthekidshop.com. We appreciate you listening. Tell a friend. Vote for me.
What?
The Fighters Only Awards. What is it?
Personality of the year.
Personality of the Year.
Oh, boy.
This is the Fire and the Kid. We're out.
Later.
Excellent.